Hey guys, it's me. So I'm here today. We're doing a damage test for Ulquiora and the Spirit team. I'm going to honestly, I've been trying to do this for a couple weeks, but I've been so lazy and really been busy with exams. And I also got some new dupe for Ulquiora, and I also have these core stamps here. So I want to test them out without them, and then I want to do a damage test before and after I put the dupe, and then the two dupes in the core. So let's test it out. So yeah, all the hype and excitement for what's it called Ichigo. I'm right now just doing a fucking Spirit team test. I do think they are the best unit in the game though, so let's try it, let's get it. For me, I like to do 2-minute runs. So this is what's called Aizen. And I like to do an auto just because it's more consistent in playing than me. Because if I was playing it, it's probably gonna fuck it up, so I'm just gonna do it in auto. So yeah, this team is so good. I think Aizen is a very good unit still, despite the fact that he has been aging and that some units has been surpassed them. I do think Aizen is a great unit. I do think the new Spirit team, I do think its Spirit tactic will be replacing him, but I don't think he's gonna be like, oh, he's trash. I think he's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's the second best option. I think right now Nell is actually consistently a bad option, because like, she's the best option, but she's also a bad option. I think once we get a fresh tactic, she's gonna go from like very top tier of the game to, yeah, this unit's not it. Like I'm never gonna use her, because right now with the fresh team, Nelia and Gin, it's just the weakest team. It's outperformed by Nelia and Ichigo, even though Nelia is not even that great for Ichigo. Yeah, and this Aizen's so good here. I'll show you off my core stamp and stuff after the builds and stuff. But my Aizen does so much fucking damage. He's so good for me. Even though he's only B0. But he has like a core stamp 4. So he does insane damage. He does comparable damage to Ulquiora for me. But yeah, now that Ulquiora has his new stuff, dupe and 2 things, he might not be as good as Ulquiora. But yeah, this is the test run here. But yeah, Aizen does like fucking 20 million damage shit for me. So he's just insane, bro. This move here is like 5 mil, 7 mil. Yeah, Ulquiora is such a good unit too. Good DPS. Even though Tactics does run the game, it's just insane how good some of these like full assault units are right now. Like Ichigo and Ulquiora, he's so good. Yeah, but my Aizen, he does so much insane damage, dude. Like he's one of my best units still. And it's just mostly because of his core stamp. Like core stamps fucking changed the game. Like core stamp, dupe, whatever and ever. Yeah, so I honestly, if you can, for your favorite units, I would just core stamp them, because they're gonna do insane if you do. But I do think the situation between Ulquiora and Aizen is a bit different from Nelia, where I think Nelia is holding back the team. I think Aizen is not holding back the team. He's just not the best. He's not gonna be the best option in a couple weeks. But once he is replaced, I still think he is a viable option, just because his battlefield skill is very like universal, unlike Nelia's. Dude, 2 million battlefield skill is crazy. Another very good unit is Szaylvperro. If you want a Spirit team, you definitely need to build him. He's insane. My Ulquiora does insane damage as well. Aizen, of course, being a monster. Ulquiora just running the fucking game. Holy shit. Lance, is that really running? Great. No. This will be like 10 million, I think. 8 million, yeah. Close enough, bro. Yeah, but my Aizen's so good. He's just so fucking good for me. Like, his damage is insane. I do think the Spirit tactic will replace him if the same investment, but I think Aizen at B4 would definitely be considerably better than B0, whoever that is. So if you ever have a B4 Aizen, I honestly say skip it unless you can get that unit to B4 too. Unless they really power creep Aizen. Fucking 18 million right there. Like, what a bomb, bro. Not even boundary or anything. So yeah, for right now, I think the white team is the best team. I think Aizen's Spirit team is the second best team. Once we get a replacement for Aizen, I think this team will be really good. I think Strike is really good. They just need a support unit to make them up there. But once they do, Strike is an insane team. I think Thrust needs that tactic unit though. One more out from him, I think, will be before this game ends here. And I do think for me, Spirit Team is the most DPS team just because Aizen is so dupe for me, honestly. Dude, this guy's such an insane sword, dude. He has like no dupes on anything for me, but he's just insane. He just has a weapon stamp and core stamp. This is probably gonna hit about 250 million. Almost 10 mil. Insane. Aizen's about to hit to make his 260 here. Oh my gosh, dude. Aizen's so good for me. 266 million. I think, for example, I think White teams hits 240 for me. Look at this damage here. 60 mil on the ult. Free mil on fucking Szaylvperro. Yeah, he's good too. Ulquiora, 133. Free ults, 26 mil. Technique, weapon stamp. This technique right here, everything is just insane. Insane, dude. Alright. I'm gonna put in the 2 core stamp dupes for him and see. Let's see how he does, bro. Alright, let's put this boundary in and then test it out. Let's test this shit out. He's gonna be insane. Yeah. I'll show my stuff after. let's see how this compares. Imagine Aizen B1 though. He'll be so fucking crazy still. Yeah. As per usual, I'm gonna be doing auto just to keep it consistent, you know. Yeah, I've been so busy with my exam. I've been taking dynamics as a civil engineer, bro. Holy shit, that class is fucking crazy hard. Holy shit, bro. Motion, am I right? If anyone has taken physics too, that's kind of what it is. Lancet, alright. Aizen about to shoot a bomb right here, real quick. 14 mil, 14 milli. Dude, Seconda Tepa is such a cool form though. Like, I wish that we got a Seconda Tepa for fucking Stark. I love Stark, bro. His fucking using the gun shit, bro. Oh my goodness, he's hot. Let's see how much damage this does here. Bang. 8 mil, yeah. And he stays in Seconda Tepa, bro. Let's go. Dude, this one gonna hit 1 mil, 100 mil before the 60-second count. I love damage testing, even though it doesn't really matter because your rotation would never be perfect. But since it's just a dumb training dummy, it just fucking just sits there and lets me do as much damage as you can do. It feels like Dokkan for fucking action RPGs, bro. 100 million, not even close. 7 seconds left. 13 mil bomb as per usual, Aizen, thank you. I do think the B1 for Ulquiora makes the rotation feels way better for Aizen, in my opinion. 2 million. Insane damage. Dude, the support here is good too. So we hit 120. I think it's our end around like 270, I would say. Because like the reason why the last 60 seconds is better because it's the first 60 seconds you have to spend time building up the character's damage support and stuff like this. For Aizen, Szaylvperro. That's why for 60 seconds to 20 seconds, the damage difference is gonna be insane. That's why I don't do 60 seconds. I like to do 120 seconds. But yeah, Spirit Team is gonna be my best team right now, bro. After this, by far. Did I hit? I don't think I hit a full ult. It did. 15 milli. Honestly, I don't know. Do I even want the Spirit tactic? I don't know. Probably I do. If it's Bambietta, I really like Bambietta. I really need her. Dude, I just like how he's fucking flying around, bro. Lands Double Lago. Keeps the Seconda Tepa. 2 Seconda Tepa, shit. 10 milli. Aizen's here to say, my game, bro. 240, right? 230, right? Holy shit. Oh my god. This team is just a number galore, dude. And then I haven't even put the fucking core stamp, dude. So like, he's gonna get so much crit damage and stuff on Ulquiora. Hit another 10 milli. Only 8 mil. Oh, it's this guy. Then Aizen's about to fucking bomb him up. 20 mil here. Alright, 260. We already beat the last score, and we haven't even done one last rotation. So we're gonna hit about 5 million more. I thought it would be a little more actually, honestly, but maybe just this run was not that good. Okay. Okay, so we had around 20 million more. Aizen somehow does a little bit more damage. I don't even know how he did. 3 million, of course. We still have 4 ults, that's nice. Yeah. Let's try the core stamp and see his damage again after. And that's pretty much the damage, basically, comparison for this team. And we actually, this is 2, so imagine this. So we have 37 attack, 11 crit, 7 more technique, like so much more damage. So yeah, this is the core stamp we have. This is the stamps I have. The elements useless here. Boundary, skill max. So this is the stats I have. 41. Yeah, bro. This damage, crazy. 41 power for Ulquiora. So let's see this damage go, and then the video ends here. Damage. So this video will be the damage comparison of Ulquiora from B0, B1, and core stamps. Let's see damage here. I'm curious how much his ult will do here. Ulquiora damage here. I will say, Aizen does take a lot of time though. But I feel like he does enough support and damage to justify his existence. Free minute on his technique. This is no Seconda Tepa. $16 million. Alright. Aizen hits the 15 mil probably. 10, 11 mil, not that much, but it's okay. Maybe he missed a crit there. Let's see the damage here. I think we're definitely gonna hit over 100 mil here. 10 mil. Like we're gonna hit 100 mil before the 120 seconds left mark. 100 seconds left mark. Oh, we haven't even hit the Aizen ult. Yeah. It's over 700 mil. But yeah, I love glazing Aizen. Aizen's my favorite Bleach character. Second place is probably Swinsky. I love Swinsky here. How much does this do? Maybe 11 mil? 13 mil, okay. Aizen with the 15 mil. $13 mil, yeah, we take those two. $2 mil. Yeah. I do want to do an Ichigo one with Nell and Tosin eventually. Then I want to compare when Uryu comes out, just so we have the comparison wise. How does Ichigo get much better? Does he get with Uryu? Yeah, I don't think I have any dupes on Nell. It'd be very bad if he actually does less damage. But I think for the boundary, we went from 265 to 285. So we can say that's the boundary one gives a 20 mil increase, honestly. Dude, his ultimate is so cool looking. Like, he looks like he just looks cool, dude. I love him. He's probably my second or third favorite Espada. I think Spark is probably my favorite. Ulquiora. And it tells, you can tell because how loved he is in Bleach, like, community is. And every Bleach devs love him because he gets like so much shit. Yeah. Maybe 11 here. 13 mil. I take the 13 mil, honestly. I do hope we get more content that's more challenging though, like maybe a damage test contest would be nice for this game, just so we can test our high DPS units like Ulquiora and Ichigo. Because right now this game kind of lacks content in my opinion besides damage testing, which is very fun. Like, oh yeah, we could see Ulquiora does fucking 40 mil extra, whatever. But we do need more content, that's my opinion. Hit the 13 mil bomb here. Oh, only 8 mil. That's okay. Aizen's here to save the game, bro. I think we're hitting 300 mil though. 13 mil, 14 mil. Yeah, Aizen I think has the best ultimate damage in the game though, like consistently. Except for maybe Ichigo now. 291 million. We definitely beat the old damage, which was 285. So yeah, if we hit about 300 mil, we got about 15 mil increase from core stamps, which is not bad, pretty good. Okay, so we got about 20 mil more damage here on Ulquiora. I think we lost damage on Aizen. So yeah, his ult, insane damage, technique good, auto 90, technique unavoidable. Consistency 3 mil from Zaplio. Yeah, his ult just damage increased a lot, techniques increased, everything increased. Yeah, Ulquiora is so good, especially with his boundaries. You don't need it, but it's like, Hey guys, it's me Simon here. Today we'll be doing a video on the Spirit team with Ulquiora, Szaylvperro, and Aizen. So before we get the new Spirit tactics, I do want to make a video on damage test, kind of the builds if you want to use Aizen over Bambietta. I think, or not Bambietta, but I think the Spirit tactic will be happening in Thousand Year Bloodward collab, which I think will be Bambietta. And I think she's gonna be insane. I think she will be better than Aizen. I don't think she's gonna be significantly better. I think she's gonna be like, if you're doing like 100 million, I think she's gonna be doing 130 million. I don't think that's like insane, because like I think for example Ulquiora, when I got him from Toshiro to Ulquiora, you went up like 100 or 200 million from me. I was doing like 120 on Toshiro, so that's a big difference. I think Bambietta will be a better choice. I don't think she's gonna be like way better, but I do think she will make Ulquiora look. I think she will make Ulquiora way better, like in like individual games, because I like to do damage tests, which is not indicative of how good the team is, as much as how easy they're to use. But I think Spirit team is very easy enough to use. You just Aizen all use his stuff and go on to the next unit. It's not even that bad. So let's showcase all the units. I think I did a damage test on Ulquiora basically before his boundary 1 and 2 dupes on his core stamp. Now I'm just gonna do his max, because I actually upgraded his like what's it called gear. I think his gear is so much better now that his damage is increasing, because I got more crit rate. So let's show the builds. I don't think I did it on the last video, but I might have. I don't know. So yeah, this is Aizen. I gave him 4,000 attack. You see right here. I give him 56% crit rate, 126 crit damage, and this is our stats. He has a lot of spirit damage here, and I don't think I give him spirit mastery. Weapon stamp is just weapon 1. I think this is a good weapon stamp to get. I don't think it's really necessary to get more. There's a little bit what's called support, but I mean, in my opinion, Aizen is more of a what's called damage dealing tactic units. There's some supportive tactics like Szaylvperro, who does a lot of damage herself, and I think White is a great DPS damage dealer who also does a lot of supports, but I think he's more of a backline. I think Aizen is very screen heavy, which we do need Bambietta, if it's her, to replace him on that. Max skills. I have no boundary on him, but I can tell you what boundaries I think is really good on him. I think his boundary 4 is easily the best one. The damage he gets is so good that like even if Bambietta is better than him B0, B1, B2, I think it's gonna be hard for her to be better than him in B4. I think that's how much of a jump B4 is. I think B2 is also really good support. I don't think it's as necessary as B4, but I think B2 is better for like free plays where you want to end at B0, B1, B2. You don't want B4 unless you really want to invest in them to never replace them basically. Like if you have B4 and Aizen, you basically any B0 unit you're ever going to get, it's not going to replace them for at least a year in my opinion. And then B1 is just more rotation based. It just really helps him get his battlefield skill more, which is more damage, but it also lets you get off him faster, I think, which makes him really good if you have this. So I think B1 is the second most important. I think B6 is good, but I don't think it's that necessary. These are the core stamps. I have him on this. I think this is the one that he came out with. It's really good. We have spirit damage. You can also use attack percent. I obviously picked crit rate, crit damage, and I wanted attack, but I got all charge instead. It's not too bad. I would take this. He has basic attack for the special thing. It's not that good. Basic attack is not that good on him. You don't use basics on him. This is his what's it called, stamp 2. I have crit rate. Obviously, I think crit rate is easily the best one for him. Unless you have a lot of crit rate on him on his weapon stamp, you want crit rate on him, because you want him to crit as much as possible. Crit damage, crit rate, and all charge. And I'm increasing his ult damage. That part is really good. The second half, he's not a full assault. You don't get that damage. It's whatever. I think this is obviously his best stamp, his own. Give him attack percent. I think this is basically almost perfect. I wish I put crit rate on it instead of attack, but I don't really want to invest in him when we get Bambietta in a couple weeks. I only have him at B0. I think this is pretty good. I gave him this one, which is not great. I just don't want to replace it because I don't think technique is that great on him, but I don't really want to really invest in him when Bambietta is coming out. Or maybe Uyu is the spirit tactic. We don't know. But yeah, that's my build on Aizen. This is Ulquiora. I give him 5,000 attack. He's the DPS. You need as much attack or crit rate or crit damage. I give him 92% crit rate and 134 crit damage. That damage is gonna be insane on him. You want as much crit rate as possible, but if you get crit damage, you just need to be able to 100% and you're okay. And I gave him a lot of spirit damage because that's what I had on him. Represent 1. I think this is a pretty decent one. I don't think it's as good because obviously it's not like the ult chart rate is like okay. I just don't think you really want to spam his like ults that much, I guess, because I feel like even in like a run you don't really spam it that much, you know. Max skills. I think honestly his best boundary is probably boundary 1, just because it's rotation based. But in terms of damage, I don't think it's the best one. I think this one's really good for like you stay on his Segunda Tepa, and you get to use his techniques on that one rather than using it on his other form. And I think his damage on his techniques are better in his Segunda Tepa. I think this is really good. I think this is my favorite one. I don't think it's the best for damage, so I think the best one for damage is easily boundary 6. I think before Ichigo's buff, people were telling me Ulquiora's team is better than him at B6 if you have all the units B6. If not, I think Ichigo's team, if you had like compare like B1, B2, B2, B4, Ichigo teams are better except for when Ulquiora has B6, because this is really good. B4 I think is pretty good. I don't think it's that much good. It doesn't increase his damage that much, but it's good for the whole team, so you might get more damage on Aizen. B2 is just more damage. I think this is the best one, the second best one for damage for him, which you want obviously. I just don't really feel the need to get it, even though typically for free plays you want to get B0, B1, 2, B2. So if you can, B2 is also great. I just don't think it's that necessary over B1. Yep, and this is his core stamp. It's his best one, I think. Him attack percent. I wanted to get ult charge rate here just for a little bit more crit damage, but it's not necessary. But we get crit damage, crit attack, and crit rate. All damage. This is a good trait. I got the same one on this. This one's really good. I think everything is basically perfect. Substats. I rather go on crit rate, but anything I get on here is good. Attack percent, and then you can also get spear on this one. And this one's almost perfect, I guess. No, this one's pretty bad. It's kind of mid, honestly. Attack flat, defense flat, kind of mid. But I'm gonna show. I just knew he was going to do damage, even if I got a bad dirt piece. As long as it didn't roll into attack defense, I was okay. Technique is really good because he has really strong techniques in his ult and his Segunda Tepa. And of course, I have him extension 4. Obviously, I got that in the last video. And Top Reality, you just want as much attack and crit rate as possible, crit damage as possible. 200%, 254, 109 charge rate just so he can use his thing. Extension 1, not max. I'm gonna shoot all of them. I think I'm just I looked at them myself. I think all of them are really good. The best one's probably boundary 6, but I don't think it's like that necessary. I think B0 is good enough. I gave him this one. This is the best support one in my opinion. Nothing here matters except for the attack percent, substat, main stat, crit damage, and attack. Once you have all of those, you basically max out his support. So yeah, and then core stamp 1. I want to get more on this because I feel like I don't think he's gonna get replaced. I just don't think he will be replaced. And even if we get better support, if we get content with 2 spirit teams is needed, he's gonna be used. So I kind of want to get core stamps on him eventually because he's so good. He's so good. So let's run this team. I do think Spirit Team is the second best team, assuming you have everything like the same, depending on what's called boundaries. So what this team is basically right now is Aizen does a lot of damage. No, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he does pretty good damage on everything. But his battlefield skill is the best part of his damage. And his ult. His ult is a bursty ult. He does a lot of burst ult. That's my opinion. And yeah, and he has really good animations. Like I like Aizen. He's my favorite character from Bleach. Maybe besides Shinji. It's one of those two. But yeah, this team, what's it called? The wrong card doesn't really do much screen time. You just want to ult him and then whatever and attack wherever you can. Ulquiora is the damage dealer. I think the great about Ulquiora is like his ult. I think Aizen's is a bursty ult where it does a lot of damage. Everything else of him is pretty good. battlefield skill is pretty good, but ultimately his ult is what he does the damage the most. But if you look at Ulquiora, his ult does a lot of damage, like a lot of damage, and you get to use the Seconda Tepa one, which is the one that does more damage, and you get to do that twice. It's insane if you have B1. But the really good thing about Ulquiora is everything else that he does comparable damage to his ult. I think his techniques, if you do enough of them, they do basically as much as his ult, which is really good, because I think his ult does a lot of damage. But I think for B6, he has like a rain that does like a lot of debuff. That's insane. But yeah, I think this is the second best team. I think Shikai Ichigo is right now the best team, even without his tactic. Imagine with his tactic. I think Trust will be the best team in the game by far. But the good thing about this game is a PvE game. It doesn't really matter what's the best team, as long as they can clear content. I think all elements right now can clear content. I think we're eventually for half Annie, or not half Annie. I think eventually this year, I think we're gonna get content that's gonna be like, we need to have good units. Like right now we have Frenzy Feast that needs it. We have like other content that needs it, but I don't think it's like that needed, because they're not like OP rewards, or like you need to get them for the rewards, but you can get them without doing all the OP shit. Because right now the biggest thing is we just want to do big damage on training. If it does good damage, it's like, oh my gosh, this team is good. But yeah, look at this. 60 seconds left, and we have about 140 million. I think the closest one was like, for me, was Trust Team, and I got like 130 or 120 at 60 seconds. And it's still going. It's still going. It's not even 60 seconds yet. It's 140, yeah. I think Frusk hits about 100, 120. But yeah, I would honestly say that this team is insane. I do think Aizen is the weakest for like his slot. I think for supports, like obviously like he doesn't do any damage, and technically all he does is support. But in terms of like other supports, I think the Arrancar does about the same as the best one, or almost the same one on the Spirit team. Outside of it, he's not that great, but obviously you're not going to use him outside of Spirit. I think Ulquiora is the second best DPS. Probably. People will argue Grimjow. I just don't think so. I think Grimjow is great. He's good, but I think the problem is in terms of AI. It depends on your way how you're using him. If you're using AI to use it, the team ranking varies. If you're using it just based on DPS, what's it called, manually, I think Strike is a competitor to Thrust and Spirit. I just don't think in AI auto it's not. I don't think it is. I think in terms of auto, I think it's probably right now Thrust by a decent margin. I think Spirit's almost there. I think my Spirit team does more because I have B1, but if Ulquiora didn't have B1, it would be a different question. I think the second team is obviously best Spirit. Third team is probably either Slash or Strike. I think Slash right now has the weakest support. I think Kisuke is too old, I guess to say. I think Kenpachi is still new, but I think you can easily replace him if you need to. I think his tactic unit is right now unreplaceable. And then finally Strike. I think everyone is good on the team. I just think we need a Strike support. I think once we get the Strike support, it might elevate them to be equal to Spirit and Thrust. It might not. I don't know. But yeah, this team is insane. 10 seconds left. We hit 300 million. I think this is my only team that hit 300 million, honestly. And we still have like Aizen's ult here, so that should be about 330. I think that's a lot of damage. It's insane damage. Like this one's probably gonna do like a million here. Oh my gosh. Oh, we didn't hit Aizen's ult. Usually I hit it, so yeah, if they hit Aizen ult, that's like 20 minutes. That would have been 325. I think this run was kind of bad, but I mean, I'm going to tell you that it usually hits 330 million, and it's my best. So yeah, look at this. Aizen has like a lot of screen time, which is very weird, but I think he does enough damage to warrant it, but it's not like, oh, I want him to do more. It's just like, yeah, he does so much that it's okay. Yeah, Aizen does ult damage. Look at his ult. It's not even close. ult damage on Szaylvperro, and then Ulquiora does 200 million. 4 ults, 25-10. Oh my gosh, dude, yeah. Yeah, I think this team is really good though. And you can compare damage. I'm telling you right now, it could easily hit 300 million. And I'm probably gonna do a screenshot and put it at the end, to show you that you can compare it with 4 ults from Aizen, basically. And then I want to hit all the teams eventually. You can kind of compare the damage by the end of it. But I think this team is very easy to use, like manually and auto. I think some teams is not as good. I think this is one of the best. It's the second strongest auto and technically manual. Okay, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you see you later. Bye!